1-3, question 5. What kind of line is this first one? That's a horizontal line and it's dotted. Thank you very much for the two answers together. So we need a horizontal dotted line. Which way will we be shading based upon what you see there? Above that line or below that line? Above that line. Okay, so that, I think, is going to eliminate two of our choices. I need a dotted horizontal line. That gets rid of which choice? A, right? We can get rid of A because it does not have a dotted horizontal line. And then we do need to shade above, so that means what other one can I get rid of? I can get rid of B because it is not shaded above that. It's actually shaded below. It's supposed to be shaded above that. So A and B are not even realistic possibilities. We know that this is an absolute value function. What is this negative in front of it causing it to do? It flips it over, right? It opens down. Okay, now, x plus 1, is that moving right or left? Right or left? We talked about yesterday how it always looks backwards on the inside of those absolute value bars. Which way is it moving? It would be moving left. Okay, so, and it says y is less than or equal to, so that would be shading. So it opens down, it got moved left 1 unit, and it's shaded below. Well, shading below doesn't do anything for you because C and D are both shaded below the V. Which one got moved left? D got moved left. C was moved to the right. Okay, now what does it mean when we say that something is a solution to a system? What does it mean when it says that this point is a solution? What does that mean here? Inside where? Ah, the shaded area. Inside the shaded area. If you want to use my colored one because it's hard to see the shaded part, but you do have the inequalities in front of you, it says select all that apply. Look for any that has -1, -5 in the shaded area. Now, I do need to point out one thing. Look at each one of these graphs. What is the scale? Each one of those blocks is worth how much? Is each block worth 1? 2. Keep that in mind as you start looking. Okay? Each one of those blocks is worth 2. Select all the ones where -1, -5 is in the shaded area go. So we found out that A and B were true. The dots fell inside the shaded region. C not. 7. Okay, try number 7. We're looking for 1, -1. Same thing. Scales are worth 2. 1, -1. See which ones apply. I'll leave you to look at my yellow ones in case you can't see it on your paper copies. But look for 1, -1, select all that apply. Did A work? What was it, 1, -1? Yeah, A does work. Yep, it's in the yellow. Alright. See, 1, -1. Didn't work, man. C. Oh, that's going to be a definite yes. Right there. Yep. 1, -1 works. So A and C did work. The yellow region did contain 1, -1. Any questions on that? Finding a solution inside the shaded region? Any questions on that? That'd be a good time to ask. Now we need to graph 3 of them. Alright, let's do this one at a time here. So we've got, how about we do that middle one first? What kind of line is that? Solid or dashed? Solid. And what kind of line is y equals -6? Horizontal. So we need a horizontal line through y equals -6. So something in that range right there. How about the next one? X is greater than or equal to -2. What kind of line is that? Solid or dashed? Solid. In which way? That is a vertical line. So we need a vertical line through x equals -2. And it will be a solid line. Whoa. Sorry, my line got dented in a car accident or something. Which way should we be? I guess I should have asked this question on the original one, on the red one. Which way should I be shading? Above the red line or below the red line? Y is greater than. Do we want above the red or below the red? Above. So what about the blue? Do we want to the left or to the right? It says x is greater than. To the right. You notice I put a few arrows on there just so I can kind of... So now I know I'm focused on the upper right corner here. What do we need to do to graph this last one? What do we need to do? What are you going to do to graph the last one? Let's put it into slope-intercept form. Solve that thing for y. What are we going to do to the 2x? What are we going to do to both? Add it. Excellent. That gives me -y equals 2x plus 6. Oops, sorry. Greater than or equal to 2x plus 6. Now what? Divide by -1. Divide by -1. Divide by -1. So that's y. Huh? What? Ooh, good catch. You divided by a negative number, therefore the sign will flip. You divided by a negative number, the sign will flip. Yes. Wow. Alright, so let's see here. We got -6 is our y-intercept. What's our slope? -2, so that's down 2, 1 to the right, down 2, 1 to the right. Or up 2, 1 to the left. Something like this. I'm going to give you 2 choices for answers, and you have to tell me which one is correct. You have to choose between the light green or the purple. Talk to your neighbors right now and see if you know which one it is. The light green section or the purple section. Light green. If you chose purple, you are a winner. If you chose purple, you are the winner. Okay, because you had to be lower than that line. Okay, so we were above the red line, we were to the right of the blue line, and we were below the green one. That's what put us in that little triangle. Okay, now I don't think I'm going to have one of these questions on your quiz. So actually 50 point, whatever you want to call it, test, quiz, it doesn't really matter. But you should be able to help me walk through this one. What are the slopes of those lines? You should be able to look at the graph and tell me that the slopes of these lines are 1 or -1. Right? 1 or -1. So which two can we get rid of immediately? B and D. So really this comes down to A or C. So make a choice, look at your two choices there, and see which ones would narrow you down to that particular diamond-like shape or square. You could probably answer it really quickly with the very first inequality. So negative x plus 2. Let's see which one negative x plus 2 is. Negative x plus 2 isn't that this one right here? So which way do we want to go? Do we want to go below that or above it? Below that one, right? Which one says below that? Isn't it right here? That's the one that says below. So choice C is the one you were looking for. Yes, you can go through the other three, but you can automatically see that that's not going to work because that one's going to go above that line. Okay, so switch over to